Hello everyone, welcome to class 12. We are going to continue with our electrostatics. As of in our previous class we have seen about permittivity and relative permittivity, and we have also seen some of the problems regarding that. And one more thing, I am telling this again and again. Please revise your previous class and see this video, or else you will have a little confusion, or some terms you may not be able to understand. So revise all of them. Till now this is our fifth video. Till now we have done 4 videos, so revise again all of them, and then attend this video, then you will be able to understand clearly. So today we are going to see electric field, new topic, which is electric field. Electric field. In our previous 4 lectures, what we have seen two positive charges like this, plus q and plus q. If this charge, if 1 and 2, if 1 comes near 2, what will 2 do? 2 will go away with force F0. So this charge will go away. So we are going to call it as force on 2 by 1, F21. I hope you remember this. But from now onwards, from this topic, electric field means what? What is this electric field going to do with these charges? Now this, suppose we have a charge q1, positive q1, and suppose we have a small charge q0, small charge. This is a bigger charge plus positive q1, and this is q0. This q0 we are going to call it as test charge. Test charge. This q0 is called test charge. Why is this called test charge? Means this is just a theoretical value. This is just a theoretical value which is used to derive some theories. That is, there is no use of this. Just to understand the concept, we are just using a small charge which is q0. Clear? Okay. Now what is this small q0 going to do is, suppose this is our positive q1. So electric field. So this q1 will be applying electric field like this in all directions. So like in the form of waves. This q1, all these are charges. All this is the field of this q1. All these waves are the field of this q1. So till now we have seen this charge, we are bringing it near this, but from now on we are going to use the term electric field. So the field, these waves are the field of this positive q1. So what happens if you bring this test charge? You may think that what is a charge? We are going to consider it as positive test charge, positive q0. So if I bring this q0 near this positive q1, where q0 is our test charge, so what will this do? This positive q0 will repel. We already know positive repel each other, so this will get repelled. Now from this, what do we understand? There is some field around q1. There is some field around q1 which is pushing q0 away. There is some field around q1 which is pushing q0 away. Now what will be this positive q1 will, this is called radially outward. Positive q1 generates field radially outwards. So this positive test charge moves away. Similarly, if you want to take negative, in the case of negative, what happens? Let us see. Suppose you have some negative charge, negative q1. Again, this time let us take this side. Any side. The same theory is applicable. So let us take it positive q0. So what happens here? This is negative, this is positive. So the field is like this. This field extends till infinity. extends till infinity. This electric field which is generated is not limited. It is going till infinity. We don't know the specific value. That is why we are calling it as extends to infinity. In your limits, in your mathematics, you have a chapter called limits. There we use limit. Limit extends to. Similarly, here also electric field extends to infinity, but it is not equal to some value. Clear? So now what will happen here? So this positive test charge is getting attracted towards this negative field. In our previous case, positive repelled, but here positive and negative gets attracted due to what? Due to this negative electric field. Due to this negative electric field, this positive test charge is getting attracted. Understood? So here we call electric field of negative charge is radially, here we call it as, suppose this is our negative Q1 and this is our test charge Q0. So the charge is radially inwards. Radially inwards. Clear? Note this down. And one more point, this Q0 is considered to be negligible. This Q0 is considered to be negligible charge, so it has only limited field, but this negative or positive Q1 has more field compared to this Q0. So this is negligible, which is almost equal to 0, but here also we are going to call it as tends to 0 but not 0. Clear? So the next topic is intensity. Intensity of electric field. I am going to write E upon that vector, electric field due to a point charge, positive Q at a distance R from it. Now what is this intensity? Now we have told this positive Q has some electric field, but we don't know the exact value, or we don't know the exact magnitude, how much electric field is it going to produce. So this intensity of electric field means we are going to find out the magnitude of electric field. If you put a point charge in any of the place near the field, then we are going to find the magnitude. From that magnitude you are going to tell the intensity. So how do we tell this? This is our positive charge Q, and suppose here at point P, we have a Q0, and the distance is R. If the distance is R, now how to do this means, first consider the distance. Consider the distance at which Q0 is taken. So they consider the distance means at position P. Position P. So we have to first know that where our point charge is, where our Q0 is. So then only you have to know the Q0, and you have to also know the distance also. Now the second step is to find the electric field. You have to divide it with force by Q0. Q0 is the magnitude of test charge. Magnitude of test charge. Now what is this force? Force already you know. Force in electric field is K Q1 Q2 by R square. So similarly this is our F. So substituted E is equal to K Q. This is our Q1 Q naught. So our second charge is Q naught. So that is why you have taken Q naught by R square. Again whole divided by Q naught. Whole divided by Q naught. So if I cancel it out, what is left? E is equal to K Q1 by R square. So this is the amount of electric field. This is the amount of electric field at a position P, of this electric charge. Clear? K you already know what is this. This is a constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught if it is in vacuum, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 1 by 4 pi epsilon m if it is water or liquid. Already you know K, the value of K is 9 into 10 power 9 Newton meter square by Coulomb square. Similarly, you can find out the you can also find out the units for electric field. Electric field for the force, it is Newton. SI unit of electric field equal to force. You can also derive it from here and here, but here it is a little bit lengthy. So we will directly find it out from here. Force is Newton and Q naught is unit of charge is Coulomb. Newton by Coulomb. So this is the SI unit of electric field. So with this much amount of electric field at this point, at the point P from a distance R. Clear? Note it down. Now suppose if you want, what if electric field is 0? When is the electric field 0? You might get this doubt. When is the electric field 0? Means if the point is here plus Q, here the electric field has some value. Here the electric field may decrease. So depending on the distance, the electric field decreases. So if you go far, here electric field may decrease. Here also it may decrease, but here it may be strong because distance is less. Compared to all this, A, B, C. At A, electric field is higher. At B, electric field is little bit lesser than A and C. Now, when can you tell electric field is 0? When you can tell means when the distance extends to 0. When the limit tends to 0. What is your limit here? R. When the distance is infinite, when the distance R is infinite, then only your electric field is 0, which is not possible, right? Because we don't know the value of infinite. Clear? Now we'll see what is in. We have seen the electric field in general form. Now we are going to see it in vector form. How to do it in vector form? Vector form, what is there? Again our positive Q, and here our distance P, and our force is electric field is K Q by R square. Now another, this is Q naught at position P. Q naught at position P. Now where will the charge go? In this direction, right? Because both are positive. I told you that just the charge on test charge is positive. So it will go in this direction. It will go away from the positive charge. So what will happen here? Now what will happen here? E bar is equal to KQ square, KQ by R square. So now if you want the direction, here your distance is R. Now if you want the direction, what do we need? We need a unit vector, which you have seen in the chapter, in your 11th class chapter, vector. So unit vector. If you want a unit vector a cap, so a bar by mod a. This is what you are going to do. So I need r cap. This is the unit vector to find unit vector to find direction. Unit vector to find direction. So E is equal to k cube by E bar is equal to, I am going to take mod r square. So this is your magnitude into r cap. R cap, what can I write? R bar by mod r. So E is equal to k cube by mod r cube into r bar. This is your vector form in electric field. Clear? Note it down. Anywhere to find the direction, you have to take a unit vector. Clear? Now you may think, suppose if this is negative, suppose if I take negative, then you need to consider here the direction as minus q. Now we are going to, if you are going to take it in vector form only, if you are going to consider only vector form, then you have to consider positive or negative charge. Positive or negative charge. In general format, you need not consider positive or negative charge. Symbol. So here, if you take negative charge, you are going to write E bar is equal to k into minus q by mod r cube into r bar. So here you are going to write minus because you are writing it in vector form, or else no need. Clear? Note it down. Now let us do a problem. Before doing a problem, there is a small topic which is electric field due to system of charges. We also call it as principle of superposition. That is why, because I think in our lecture 3 we have seen what is principle of superposition. So that is why I want you to revise the previous topic before attending this class. So what, suppose I have positive Q1 and negative Q2 and positive Q3. So I have a point at O. I have some point test charge at position O. Now what is the electric field? In our lecture 3 we have seen what is the force, what is the Coulomb force. Now we are going to see what is the electric field on this point O. So this is, so due to Q1 it will be away like this, E1 bar, this is in this direction. Due to Q2 it will be in this direction, E2 bar, and due to this it will be in this direction, E3 bar. So according to principle of superposition, what it is it is the E net electric field equal to sum of all the electric fields, which is vectorial sum of. So here E net is equal to vectorial sum of all the electric fields, E1 bar plus E2 bar plus E3 bar. So what is our E1 according to, before we have seen what is the intensity. So KQ1 by R square plus KQ2 by R square plus KQ3 by R square. So this is your E net according to principle of superposition. So this is due to Q1, this is the direction of electric field 1. Due to Q2, this is the electric field E2, and due to Q3, this is the direction of E3. Clear? Okay. Now let us see a small problem. Note this down. Suppose I have a charge 1 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb. Suppose I have two charges, 1 microcoulomb and 2 microcoulomb, and the distance is 2 centimeter. 2 centimeter, and the question is, what is the electric field at the midpoint of line joining these two charges? These two charges. So this is your question. This is your line joining two charges, and is asking at the midpoint. Suppose this is our midpoint P. At midpoint P, he is asking what is the electric field. So how to do this? Suppose I am taking this as charge 1 and charge 2. Suppose charge 1 is here and charge 2 is here, and distance you know, and we have to find it out at this position. Now what will happen here? Now if due to 1, where will the charge move? The electric field is in this direction. Electric field on 2 due to charge 1 is in this direction. Clear? And we have seen this is negative and this is negative. So what will happen here? Just a second, a small mistake. This is positive first charge, and this is your second charge, negative. This is your second charge. So I want here the what did it tell? At the midpoint of the line joining, two charges. So I want it here, P. Now I already told this P is your test charge. So what will happen? This is always positive. So your test charge is positive. So field of P due to 1. Field of P due to 1 is in this direction, because both are positive. They repel each other. So it moves away. So you can write this as E1. Clear? Field of P due to 1 is away from 1. So it is repelling. So it will move far. So due to second one, this is negative, minus 2 microcoulomb. So it is also, now this P is at midpoint. So it is going to attract, because this is positive, this is negative. So it is also in the same direction as E1. So this is E2. E1 and E2 both are in same direction. Now with principle of superposition, E net at P, total electric field at P is E1 bar plus E2 bar. Now what is E1 bar plus E2 bar? We have seen K Q1 by R square plus K Q2 by R square. Now what is K? Substitute the values and try to solve it. How to solve this? centimeter. So I am going to take E net is equal to K by R square. I am going to take it as common. So what is left? Q1 plus Q2 equal to K, 9 into 10 power 9 by R square. What is R square? Distance is 2 centimeters. This is in centimeters. So how can I write? 2 into 10 power minus 3 meters whole square. I am writing it in all of them in SI unit. So I am converting centimeter to meter. So 2 centimeters, 2 into 10 power minus 3 meter. I have a square here, R square. So whole square into Q1. What is Q1? 1. Micro. Micro means, this is called micro. Micro means 10 power minus 6. This you should remember. Micro, nano, all this terms you have to remember. Micro means 10 power minus 6. So 1 into 10 power minus 6 plus 2 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb. So you may have a doubt, sir, you have taken negative, why did you take positive? That is what I have told. Only in vectors, only while solving vectors you are going to consider the positive or negative. While solving like this, generally you need not take the symbol. Clear? So what you are going to get here? 9 into 10 power 9 by this is 2 square is 4 into 10 power minus 6 into, if I take 10 power minus 6 common, into 2 plus 1 3, 2 plus 1, this is 10 power minus 6, sorry. So 10 power minus 6, 10 power minus 6 cancel. So what finally you are going to get? 27 into 10 power 9 by 4. If you solve it, how much you are going to get? 2, 4, 4 6 are 24, 3, 4 6 are 24 point, again 4 7s are 28. So 4 5, 6.75 into 10 power 9 Newton by, what is our electric field? Newton by R square, right? Newton by Coulomb. So this is your final answer. E net is equal to 6.75 into 10 power 9 Newton by Coulomb. Clear? Note it down till here, and we are going to continue our few more sums are there. We are going to continue in our next class. Thank you.